welcome and welcome back. My name is Ada, and this is my knitting channel. Today I'm still finishing my sister's skirt, and hopefully it will be done very, very, very soon. Today I want to talk about gift knitting and some opinions I have on that, and I want to share some of my uh, experiences and some of my gift knitting fails. So I have been knitting for 10 years, and most things I have done for myself, but I have done a lot of things for other people as gifts and surprise gifts, and some as um, most of them as surprise gifts, I think. And that is also something to say. I have some things to say on that. However, I have not made like so many, but it was like it's a considerable amount. And what I want to talk about is kind of some of the pitfalls here. One thing is like now, of course, we're not in a very gift knitting season. That has all been, November, December. I know some people are like really into knitting some things for Christmas. For some people, gift knitting season is all year round. Um, but I have seen a lot of videos just before Christmas about gift knitting, and a lot of them have been just like, just maybe don't, or maybe it's not worth it, or some people are not worth knitting for. And I agree with some of this sentiment that maybe not everybody should be getting a knitted gift. Um, but I don't think we can make this kind of like blanket statement. Mm, but I think when when you gift somebody a hand knitted piece, whether it's an accessory or something bigger, you have to mm, you have to be okay with them not enjoying the piece as much as you would enjoy the piece, because when we make something, we put a lot of effort and a lot of heart into it, and a lot of decisions, right? Like you decide on the yarn, you decide on length, width, and etc. And you might not be able to guess it so well for the other person. So, for example, if I make something and it has mistakes in it, either I'm okay with the mistakes, or or I have changed something on purpose, right? And I don't mind certain mistakes. I I don't know if everybody is okay with wearing hand knitted things, in the sense that it might be not perfect, depending on your skill level. And of course, there is allure of, if you hand knit something, it can be made perfectly to your body. But how often does that really happen? How often is our knitting tailoring so perfect that it really truly is, fitting like a glove? It can, but I think a lot of us are not really able to do that in the same way. So, and I think that is even harder when you're making a gift knit, because you cannot sometimes you can't try it on as often as you would if you were making something for yourself. So there are some there are some pitfalls there. However, I do think that if you want to make a gift, make a gift. Same as like if you want to get somebody a gift, you just get them a gift. But at the same time, it all depends on your skill level, like when you're a kid and you make something for your parents, it might not be as functional as you think it is, right? But they'll appreciate it and enjoy it and love it because you made it for them. But when you're an adult and you make something that's not super functional, like it might not be as well received and as loved and cherished further through the years as it would have been when you were a kid, right? So I have made some things over the years that I like, and I don't blame my gift receivers for that, but I like it might not have been what they really needed, and it might not have been um, in the quality that would be like really needed to fulfill that purpose. But that is just, also a learning curve. Like it's not like, oh, until you're perfect, don't give anything to anybody, right? It's not like this, but it's just something to think about. And if you make something and somebody does not enjoy it or does not wear it, like just don't be mad because we have now in this day and age, we have so many clothes that it's hard to make something that is just going to last for so long in someone's closet, and but that is just a side kind of note. But what I want to show actually today is a couple giftness that came back to me, and not came back as in we don't want it, but let's try to fix it. And I think these pieces might also feature in another or one of these pieces will feature another episode, because I have some additional things to say. And these are not the first ones that came back. And also I really enjoy the fact that people I gave them to come back and ask to fix it so that it can be more wearable. So for example, I don't have that right now, but I have made a sweater for my mom like 5 years ago, and this was my first sweater ever, and it was not good. I have freestyled it, let's say it, and it was way too wide. It was just enormous. It was not good. I had to take it all down and re-knit it, and now it's okay for a first sweater, but the first attempt was terrible. The only thing that saves me there, it was that the yarn was really chunky, so it did not take as long time, but it was still painful to have to take down the whole sweater. So this is not the first time I get to fix something I have made before, but these things are just a little bit different. So first was a headband that I have made for my sister, and it's made, first of all, it's like knit in a double layer, like it's folded over and then sewn together or casted off together, I don't remember. And again, I kind of freestyled it, but it is made with, let's call it a mystery wool. It's just some really old wool I've had in some stash, and Rauma alpacalin. This is just basically just like some leftovers that I've had that I thought go nice together, and I think they really do. I really love these colors. But first of all, I made it a little bit on the bigger side because I was kind of too lazy to frog because of the alpacalin. Like it just sticks together, and I knew frogging would be very cumbersome, and I've casted on too many stitches, so that's okay. I thought it would work out nicely, but it kind of really stretched out over time. So it is too wide. It is too big to be a headband. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to felt it. I'm gonna try to wash it and dry it, and hopefully it will shrink a little bit and be thicker. So that is my plan for that, and the same plan goes for this hat. I have made this hat in the yarn is Hillesvåg Blonde, I think, and it was a one skein project because I had this one skein, and I wanted to do something with it, and I have gifted that to my brother-in-law a couple years ago for Christmas. I don't remember when, and it was on the I made it on I made it according to the pattern from Hillesvåg, and it was supposed to be like large man's hat, and it is large and it's stretched out even more, and it is comical. Okay, like it is not something any human can really wear. So I will also be attempting to felt that, and I just really, because it needs to be just a bit smaller. I'm really, uh, I'm not really sure how much heat it can take, both these items, because I really like, I don't want to ruin them, but at the same time, like, I mean, they're not usable. I'm not gonna, and I don't want to necessarily frog it and re-knit it in some way. I think maybe it's a good opportunity to try felting. I've been really meaning to kind of get into that, but I just never got around to it. So maybe it's just good to try. But like, this one, I'm definitely not gonna be frogging. Like, that's just not gonna happen. It's not worth it. Maybe it's just time to dry felting. So what I'm gonna probably do is wash it, but I don't remember if 40 degrees would be enough. If you have an idea, you can let me know. But I'll be washing it and then I'll be drying it. But I really want to, I don't want it to shrink too much. So I'm gonna be really monitoring the situation, because I just need it to shrink just enough that it's wearable, and hopefully wearable by the same person that I intended it for. If it does not work out and it shrinks too much, well, there's enough kids around that someone will be wearing it, hopefully. But the headband, I have high hopes for it. I would really like it to be wearable. But yeah, so I have these kind of knits that came back, and I've been just thinking in general about things I have knitted for people over the years, and I really hope the things that I have made are usable and are used and enjoyed. For my husband, I have knitted a pair of socks, for example, and I know he wears those. I have also made him a sweater, and that one is, maybe I can show it one day. It's lovely, but it is thick, and even though I made it into a cardigan, which is also like a whole another story, and but he just does not wear it, and it's not like a big problem or anything, but it has been a big job to make that one, and I wish he could wear it, but it just, I just have to be okay with it, you know. You cannot force people to wear whatever it is you have made them. And now I am a bit more into, not surprise knits, but the opposite. Like, I want the person I'm making things for, I want them to be involved in certain decisions. Of course, like, I don't need people to be micromanaging me, but for example, like this skirt, I have asked my sister, how long do you want it? What yarn do you want it in? Maybe I didn't give her like all the choices, but I gave her some framework so that we can make something that she can actually be wearing. I also have another plan for her, another knit that I have told her I will make for her, and that we can talk about maybe in my knitting plans kind of video. But I did not want to just go and make it. I want her to tell me, like, so I gave her, like, I bought the yarn, but I want her to tell me, you know, what kind of neckline, what kind of bind offs you like, because I want it to be wearable. So I really hope that that one is gonna kind of work out better and be actually wearable and be something that she enjoys, because there's no need to put too much effort into something that is just not what somebody wants, and it just feels that they need to be polite. So my sister is getting the skirt. She might be getting another sweater if she wants to, but that is maybe for sometime later this year. And but the most uh, immediate future, I'll also be making a little crop top, and I want it to be done before her birthday. So I have a couple months for that, but I need to plan it properly and just get started on that. So that's just a couple thoughts on the gift knits, because it's just been a lot on my mind recently. So I hope that I gave you some food for thought. If there's anything that you want to share about your gift knits, whether you gift knit or not, like, feel free to just put that in the comments. And with that, I'm gonna try to finish that skirt, and hopefully by the next video, maybe we'll be blocking it. So stay tuned. Bye.